What is up, guys? Toss a coin here, and today I'm going to be comparing all the bows in Valheim. That'll be from the crude bow all the way to the spine snap. I will not be covering the arbalist in this video just because it's a different weapon class. I might compare bows to the arbalist later, but for today it's going to be just the bows. I have three main tests that I'm going to cover. I have a DPS test, I have an accuracy test, and then I have my seeker test. First test we're going to cover is going to be the DPS test. I'm going to start with the crude bow. All of the bows will be using wooden arrows so that we get the best idea of what damage each bow is doing. The crude bow has roughly a DPS of 12. The fine wood bow is somewhere in 12 to 14. The huntsman bow is about 15. And then I compared the spine snap and Draugr's Fang together because they're a little bit different, but Draugr's Fang is around 18 to 20. And the spine snap is 25, but that is only if they get to add their damage over time effects. Something I would also like you to look at while we're covering the damages is look at the stamina drain on these bows. The stamina drain on the spine snap is absolutely ridiculous, to the point where I even had to trade out the stamina foods I was using for better ones. Next up, we have our accuracy test. We start with our crude bow. I'll be honest with you, this was pretty painful. This is why we all like to upgrade to that fine wood bow. I'm shooting these fullings at a distance of roughly 60 meters. So this would be to kind of simulate if you're outside of a fulling camp and you're trying to trim it down before you fight them. And then I'm going to speed up this clip just so that we're not here all day. The fine wood bow is more accurate than the crude bow, but it still has the inaccuracy problems. I was able to get a couple consecutive hits here, but eventually I just start missing a ton, which you're gonna see pretty soon. I'm gonna speed this one up as well because it takes a little bit. So next up is the huntsman bow, and right off the bat you can see that this thing is much more accurate than the crude bow and the fine bow. I think the huntsman bow, the Draugr's Fang, and the spine snap all just go exactly where you aim them. So anything huntsman bow and up has great accuracy. You'll also notice that these are our first one-shots that we're getting. The crude bow and fine wood bow could not do this. We just got 3 one-shots in a row. Let's see how the Draugr's Fang and Spine Snap do. So I've got them side by side because their performance is pretty similar on these guys. One shot on the first target, didn't one shot the second target though. And there's a reason for that, which we're gonna cover shortly. Final target, this one's taking a couple shots. There we go. So the reason why Spine Snap and Draugr's Fang didn't keep on one-shotting after the first shot is because the fulling gets aggroed, because the Spine Snap and Draugr's Fang are noisier bows than the Huntsman bow. The Huntsman bow has a lower sound radius whenever you shoot it, so it aggroes less monsters, which allowed me to keep on one-shotting the fullings. Next up, we have our Seeker test. I think my bow skill is roughly around level 33 in this video. I'm using ice arrows in this clip. The crude bow was killing the Seeker anywhere between 4 to 5 shots. Fine wood bow was a pretty consistent 4-shot kill. Huntsman bow, another consistent 4-shot kill. Draugr's Fang, this is where we get our very first 3-shot kill on the Seeker, mainly because of that poison damage. Finally, Spine Snap. Spine Snap is 2 biomes above the Draugr's Fang, but it still takes 4 shots to kill a Seeker at this point. So looking at everything in hindsight, especially while I'm editing, I think I gotta say personally my favorite bow has to be the Huntsman bow. It only takes 1 extra shot to kill the Seekers, and as far as killing the fullings, it did great on the accuracy test, and it showed how important sound is in Valheim. The stamina drain is also very modest at 8 stamina per second. My second runner-up would probably be the Draugr's Fang, purely for the fact that it can 3-shot the Seekers, which is pretty impressive on its own. I think damage-wise, the bows are a lot closer than I thought they would be, and I think the arrows actually contribute more to the damage than the bow does. The bow does contribute a little bit to the damage, but the arrows seem to play a bigger part than what bow you're actually using. I also think the Spine Snap's stamina drain is wrong on the wiki. It says it's only 10 stamina per second, but I would like to say it's probably 14 stamina per second just based upon the biome it's in. And I currently can't really recommend using the Spine Snap, at least not until we're in the Ashlands. It'll probably be much more suitable there, but even then, who knows. But that is just what I think. Let me know what you think. What do you think is the best bow and why? And if you have anything you'd like me to test, just let me know. As always guys, see you next time.